We're going to move on now because still no movement on Capitol Hill for a deal to fund DHS. And the longer the stalemate, the worse these lines could get at airports across the country. The Senate's latest test vote failed yesterday. Majority Leader John Thune calls Democrats' latest offer not close to being real. Democrats call their offer a reasonable, good faith proposal. CBS News congressional reporter Taurean Small is live on Capitol Hill for us today. Taurean, can you break down the details of this latest offer?
Yeah, so we know from Democrats, one of the biggest sticking points with this Republican offer is the fact that they want to still partially fund immigration customs enforcement. That's through the investigations arm of its operational services. That's just not an option for Democrats who have been long campaigning for reforms to be included for any more money to go to that agency. Republicans said the counteroffer that they received is pretty much a non-starter because a lot of the things that were negotiated with the White House that were previously rejected, so they know that it's just not sustainable for them to even sign on to some of those things. I should also note, though, that what we saw happen, or what we're seeing happening between Republicans and Democrats on the Senate side is a pretty big departure from the progress that was made with custom or border czar Tom Homan when he met with Democrats. There were a lot of Democrats who came out of those meetings with him over the past week who said that they believe that they're making progress. Homan had apparently talked about expanding body cameras, more training, and pulling back on sensitive areas when it comes to these immigration enforcement efforts. So they believe that Republicans are now saying that they're moving the goalposts when in fact they believe it's Republicans who are now making a just untenable offer.
And we know lawmakers, they are on a deadline here because they're scheduled for a 2-week recess at the end of this week. So what happens next?
Yeah, so tonight we know that there will be another vote for a DHS funding bill. This was something that Leader Thune started the process after he had introduced the language to Democrats earlier this week. So we'll see what that final package looks like before it hits the floor for a vote. There's going to be debate around it before, but negotiations will still happen behind the scenes. If that fails, that means that we're looking at two options here. Either Congress recesses for 2 weeks while these problems at airports around the country continue, or Leader Thune, and he says he was open to this, tells lawmakers to stay as they bang out a deal potentially over the weekend and look to resolve that. But the real possibility and likely reality is that for another day, another paycheck will go by tomorrow that will be pretty much zeroed out for thousands of TSA employees around the country.
Wow. Okay. Taurean Small on Capitol Hill for us today. Thank you.